All right. Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
Thank you for joining our session today. So, I'm going to go over some basics about meditation. We're going to focus on the mind and breath connection, how to watch the breath during meditation, and then go into some of the elements of the Hong-Sau meditation technique. And then along the way, we'll do some pauses where we can practice the technique. So, does that sound good?
Yes, sounds great.
Okay, awesome. So during meditation and to meditate effectively, we need to concentrate deeply. And to do this, we need to come peaceful within the mind and body. So the breath is our friend here and can help with this because the breath and the mind affect each other. So have you ever misplaced your cell phone and you're kind of scrambling around your house, your mind is all frantic and your breath becomes really short? So the breath and mind are kind of really playing on each other here. So, if during some of these challenging times, if we're able to pause and slow down the breath, taking some deep inhales and exhales, we can really slow it down, which also in turn calms the mind and allows us to have a greater focus. So, does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, awesome. So, I'm going to go into some of the elements on how and why we focus on the breath during meditation. So, during meditation, we're not controlling the breath. So, we're not doing an intentional inhale or exhale. We're really calming the body. And then we're focusing on observing and watching the breath during meditation. So, one of the ways to do this is as you take an inhale and exhale, really see where you can feel the breath coming in through a point in your nose. So this will really help you focus on the breath during the practice. So let's try it. So close your eyes, sitting tall, chest is lifted along with the gaze point. Let's take an inhale and an exhale breath and really release controlling the breath here. Let it flow naturally, maybe softening your belly. And then as you feel the inhale come in, tune in with where in the nose you can feel the breath passing through and feel that point clearly. I'm going to stay here for a few more breaths. Okay, and you can release it and open your eyes. Were you able to feel the breath on any point in your nose?
Yes, I was.
Okay, okay, awesome, great. We'll practice this again in a little bit. So now I'm going to go into some of the specifics of the Hong-Sau meditation technique. So in this technique, we're going to use the mantra of Hong-Sau. We're also going to use the finger movement, which I'll show you. And then we also want to focus on our gaze point and make sure it's lifted. So for the Hong-Sau technique itself, Hong-Sau is a mantra that means I am spirit. So when we inhale, we want to mentally chant Hong. And when we want to exhale, we mentally chant Sao. So we're not verbally saying it or moving our lips. It's really an internalization, like of hearing the vibration of the sound with your inhale and exhale. And then we're also going to incorporate the finger movement. So when we're meditating, our palms are going to be facing up on our thighs. And with your right finger during the inhale breath, you're going to curl in the finger, and the exhale breath, you're going to relax that finger back. It's really a subtle movement, but the mantra and the finger movement allow you greater concentration during your meditation. So a lot of elements going on here, but the more we practice it, the better we'll get at it. So let's close the eyes again and get into the practice. So again, sitting tall, spine is elongated, relaxing that body. The gaze is lifted. Let's take an inhale and exhale breath. And again, as we're observing the breath, just tune in with where you feel it passing through your nose. And then on your next inhalation, incorporate the Hong internalizing mantra on the inhale. And as you exhale, release with song. And the mantra here should really accompany the breath. All right, now let's add in the right index finger. So as you inhale and chant Hung, the right index finger is going to curl in slightly. And as you're exhaling, releasing that finger with Sao. If your mind wanders at any time, just check back in with the breath, almost like you're observing yourself breathing. Take a few more breaths. And after your next natural exhale, you can open your eyes. Okay, great. Those were a lot of elements to practice, so hopefully it felt good to you.
It did.
Good. And then the last part of the meditation style I'm going to explain is called the expansion phase. We're not going to demo this at this time, but I'll just talk about it conceptually to you. So, really, during the expansion phase, we're releasing all of the techniques. So, no longer focusing on the mantra or the finger movement. Here, we just want to focus at the shift to our spiritual eye. So during the meditation, you may have been embodying feelings of peace or love. So in this expansion phase, you really want to keep embodying and feeling those feelings and even visualizing them as you sit and keeping that focus on the spiritual eye. So if you didn't feel a special quality or a certain one during the Hong-Sau meditation, you can choose one to focus on during the expansion phase. So hopefully we can practice the expansion phase in a future session. All right, well, hopefully you learned a lot today about how and why we focus on the breath. We got an intro into the Hong-Sau technique itself. And next time we can explore the expansion phase. So do you have any questions for me or want to go over anything further?
Oh, I thought that was great. It was really relaxing. I like how you led me through gradually, and that helped me use every little piece added on instead of trying to do it all at once. And so
Okay.
that was great. Um, you did talk about the spiritual eye. I was kind of curious as to what that is.
Yeah, the spiritual eye is really in between your eyebrows. There's other terms for it that you may relate to more, but it could connect you with your higher awareness or your source, etc. It also has physiological effects in this area of the brain. So it's really a great point to focus on during meditation.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
well, I look forward to doing that in the next session.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much.